So I'm here with my father, the awesome Mike McGann, and so I just wanted, Dad, I just want you to tell me, you know, kind of how you got started, your interest actually in flying, and just kind of how that came to be, and all the way up leading to where you got your first airplane.
Okay, well, when I was about 7 years old during the Second World War, I used to go fly B-24s in my bedroom, and I knowing I was going to go into the Air Force, and so that was great, and I was looking forward to doing that until one day I got told by the doctor, well, you only got one eye, there's no way you're going to get in the Air Force. Oh, I thought, oh crap, so I decided I was not going to think about aviation forever. So time passes, I go to move to Oregon, then I move to Oregon State. I graduated as in physics and business at Oregon State College, and then take off on my motorcycle to South America and back. And when I get back, I've decided, well, time for me to get married. So I started courting a lovely lady called Charlene, and she happened to live in Mississippi. We got engaged. I drove my Amphicar all the way down to Greenville to propose on the Mississippi River, came back, and we had an engagement period to get married on July, I get this right, it's August 6th, 1966.
We got saved.
And so then the date comes along, and all of a sudden I find that the airlines go on strike. So now how in the heck am I going to get married? So
and you're in Portland, and she's in Mississippi.
She's in Mississippi, and so how am I going to get there? No airlines, can't get on the train, and at work at Tektronix where I was working, one of the guys, George Haight, said, hey, I'll take you down there in the club plane. It's a 250 Comanche. So that's the way it worked out. Me and the best man got in the Comanche here and flew all the way to Mississippi.
And that's the actual article, huh?
That's the article.
I'll be darned.
And got it married.
You're like pretty young there, Dad.
Well, I was just a young guy then, and this was 1966. And then, okay, so after we got married, we headed out to the airport and climbed in the Comanche 250, and Roger Haight, the best man, and I took off, headed for Texas. One thing we learned, though, is when we got to 8,000 feet, please, do not open up a bottle of champagne because it explodes all over the inside of the airplane. We had to make an emergency landing. And then we get back home, and we finish our honeymoon and all that, and about a year passes, and I'm sitting in the having coffee at Tektronix, and the guy said, geez, you know, I always wanted to go flying. I mean, ever since I was a little kid I wanted to fly, but with only one eye, well, couldn't go flying. And so the guy said,
what do you mean one eye?
Yeah, well, you know, I got an amblyopia thing, so I only got one eye, and I didn't think I could get a pilot's
So you just have peripheral out of your bad eye then, huh?
There's something like that. And so I'm sitting there, and the guy said, well, no, all you got to do is get a waiver of demonstrated ability. I said, what? A waiver? And the next day I went down in the doctor's office, got a medical thing, and headed out 1 year later on, I think it was June 7th, 1967, and started taking lessons at Hubbard Airport, which is just a little bit to the east of Aurora Airport in Oregon, and started learning to fly in a 152, a 152. And
probably a 150 back then, wasn't it?
No, it was a 152.
Oh.
It was a gutless thing. It'd get up in the air and all that, and after 1 month, I soloed, and then after I soloed, I said, I gotta get an airplane. So I picked the exact day, but in July, I went and bought my first airplane, which was a Piper, 1955 Piper Tri-Pacer, and with put-a-fill radios in it. It had a dial and pray radio, which had 10 broadcast channels on it, and a dial and pray VOR, and that was it. So I picked that up, and familiar lessons on the Tri-Pacer, and this was a plane that I've had for a number of years. And after 1 year after buying that airplane, I decided, ooh, I got to live on an airport. Saw a chintzy little house for sale at a little airport in Hillsboro, and that's where we ended up with the Tri-Pacer in a little 2,000-foot grass strip, one way, Olinger airstrip in my Tri-Pacer. And I got my license in September of 1967, and from then on, it was tri-pacer time.
And then this was your original logbook right here, huh?
Yeah.
I'll be darned. So you got, so this is when you were flying the 152?
150, yeah, 152, and then...
I don't know, Dad. I think it's a 150. Let's see what it says.
It says it's a 152.
What's it say?
Continental 100 in it. Yeah, 150.
150.
Okay, 150.
I don't think they made 152s quite.
Okay, it was a three-wheel there. I mean, it was a tricycle.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Well, we'll discuss some stuff about your first young man in your 20s, I guess, or whatever, late 20s, early 30s. How old were you when you got your license?
I was 27.
You were 27. So yep. And then you had some interesting stories. So we'll come back and talk about some tri-pacer stories.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we're ready.